Hey there! Welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan, and in today's vlog you will see my interview with Brad Grobler from dancenation about their hit single Sunshine. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and very important, also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Sunshine by dancenation, my interview with Brad Grobler. Enjoy! Brad Grobler is a singer, songwriter, producer and composer who was born in South Africa. But in the 90s, Brad moved to the Netherlands and he started to become more active with producing several projects in lots of different genres and styles. One of his most well-known and successful projects is dancenation, for which he teamed up with Rob Janssen, aka DJ Rob. In the year 2001, their debut single Sunshine came out on Tiësto's label in Trance We Trust. It became a big hit and it was the start of a very successful career for dancenation. I recently sat down with Brad in his studio in Rotterdam to ask him about the story behind Sunshine and more. My first question to him was around what age he started to listen to music.
I became interested in music about, I was really young, about 8 years old or so. First learning to play, my mom bought me this little keyboard and I would play along with the radio. So about 8 years old.
Okay. And which artists or bands did you listen to back then?
I was a big fan of Journey and the keyboard playing and anything with a lot of keyboards, the Cars, like old school bands back in those days.
Yeah. So I know you used to play in a band yourself as well when you were still living in South Africa. What instruments did you play?
Keyboards predominantly. I was also playing drums and guitar I could never quite get the hang of. Then I moved on to singing. So vocals, drums and keyboards. I did the programming.
Okay.
So that's kind of where my love for producing began.
Yeah. So you did quite a lot then.
Yeah.
And what was the band called?
The band was called FM Strangers, Familiar Strangers, we were called in South Africa. Before then we were Shout, and we had a #1 hit in the South African charts with a song called Don't Dance, and we toured South Africa with Psycho Reptiles and Celtic Rumours back in the day. Yeah, we had a great time.
So it was more like pop music?
Yeah, pop, a bit of alternative pop music. We were like a boy band.
And what year are we talking about?
The year was 1990.
1990. Roughly. Okay, good. So are you a self-taught musician or did you study music growing up?
Self-taught musician, and my mom helped me a lot. She could play.
Oh, she was, she could play. Good. So around what time did you start experiment with making electronic music?
The electronic music came when I first got this keyboard here, the T3. We were doing a lot of dance music and I was learning how to program it, and I was fascinated taking what we were hearing in Europe and transforming it into this keyboard and then performing live to publics in clubs and discos and festivals back in the day. So
do you remember your very first ever release?
The first ever release in Europe or in Africa?
Oh, what about both?
Okay, my first release in South Africa was a song called Don't Dance, and it was a #1 hit on Radio 5, which was a huge station back in South Africa. And we toured and we did a lot of things. We released an album through CSR Records, Chris Kalakis back in the day. And then my interest fell on the European market, and that is why I came to Europe. And our first release in Europe was a Euro dance song called Can't Stop Loving You, produced by the DigiDance guys.
Oh, the Clubheads.
The Clubheads, yeah, my friends.
Koen and Adi.
Yeah, Koen and Adi, they're great.
Yeah. So for this interview we're going to talk about your track Sunshine, a track that came out back in 2001 under the alias dancenation. So for this project you worked together with Rob Janssen, aka DJ Rob. How did the two of you got to meet?
Okay, I was working in a studio in Tilburg. We were recording bands, and I got the chance to meet DJ Paul Arstock. We recorded Bro Him with a punk band because he was interested in combining hardcore with punk music. So we did all the recordings, all the guitars, because that was our world. We were the band side, and Paul was the electronic side. And I met Darren Kelly. Darren was busy on the project. And through Darian knew Rob because Rob was doing his bookings, and Rob was looking for a commercial producer. Rob wanted to go more pop and more electronic, a bit more current, you know, not so underground. And so Darian suggested to Rob, oh, you must come speak to Brad. I met with Rob here at his studio in Rotterdam, and the rest is history. Rob took me on, and thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
And we had like a great time. Still do.
Oh, good. So yeah, was there anything that inspired you when you started to work on Sunshine?
Dutch weather. No.
Well, that's funny because when we record this interview, it's like very sunny today.
Yeah, it's always like this. It's my world. Sunshine. It was an interesting, because I was working for the Bayer Beach Club in Barcelona and in Rotterdam. I was part of the team also doing hardcore for Koeman Records. So we had the hardcore era, we had an urban side, which we were doing, which was Mr. Z, Earth Angel, and these kind of songs. And we had the Bayer Beach Club, which was very, very much commercial Miami sound. And then we were signed to Tiësto as well, which in Trance We Trust was a very good friend of Rob's, because Rob was booking Taste back in the day. They know each other. T-Scanner, I don't know if that rings a bell.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first releases of Tiësto.
That came out on Rob's label.
No way.
Yeah. So this is how it all kind of ties in. So we were so inspired by Silence, by the Delirium, which Taste had brought out, and Rob made me listen to it over and over, and we were listening in the car, and we were totally crazy on this track. And I thought, no, I gotta make a song like this. It didn't even have a name. Trance wasn't born yet. It was just like this pad and this atmosphere, and then this drop and this huge sound. I've never heard anything like it, because we were doing Euro and we were doing like hardcore, which is like totally different arrangements. Also the pop stuff, you do your verse, you do your pre-chorus, you do your chorus, and that's it. But trance is like a whole other way of thinking. It's like there's a break and then an atmosphere, and then you got to build and then a drop, and the whole public goes crazy. So it was like, okay, we got to do this. And Rob and I, we dove into the studio trying to get these sounds, trying to get these huge sounds. And Sunshine, we took from a number of these synths, and Tace helped us. He said, oh, try this keyboard and try this. And Rob came in and said, no, you're not there yet. It's got to be more. And we kept going. I kept producing, kept tweaking this main sound of Sunshine, the synth, the bam, 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 kept going. It must have taken me about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, easily, just on that sound, just that one sound, until eventually Rob came in and said,
you got it.
You got it. Oh, thank you.
So what equipment was used for the track?
Looking back now, because I was checking this morning, and like 95% of the things we were using were Roland.
Okay.
Which is strange, because I'm a Korg man. I started with Korg, and the Korgs are my babies. And then looking back at the production, I thought, oh, Roland, TR909, that's Roland. Oh, JP8080, Roland. Juno 106, Roland. JV1080, Roland. So like just about everything on that record was a Roland.
Oh wow.
Just about everything.
Yeah. So what was the hardest part of the production to get like that specific sound? Yeah, the sound was very difficult because, well, we didn't really have any examples. We had Rank 1, and we had Taste, we had Delirium, and we had then one more time the Daft Punk, which we were also very influenced by, which was doing really well in the beach club scene. And then we also had Turn the Beat Around, and we had all of these tracks that were doing really well at the beach club. But then we were also thinking at the festival, how are we going to combine the worlds? So I said, well, okay, I'm going to sing. I'm going to put in a vocal. So sunshine, sunshine. So we put in the vocal, and then I thought, no, we've got to make it more Daft Punk. So, because normally you have a verse and a pre-chorus and a chorus, but in trance you don't. It's like, okay, you have like a atmosphere, a little bit of a chorus, and then comes the drop. So we were trying to convert pop into trance, and that is why Sunshine, I guess, has its own kind of unique feel, because it's not really trance and it's not really pop, and it's like this fusion of both worlds. Yeah. Because you said like it's released on Trance We Trust, but it's a bit of a weird track for In Trance We Trust because it's more like commercial, and In Trance We Trust is like the really typical trance.
Yeah. And I was really very much a pop producer, so coming into I'm from South Africa. What do I know really? I'm not grown up with this music, and it's just like influences from these great DJs like Rob and Tiësto. These guys are saying do this, and you think okay, I'm going to do it, and then you end up with a great result at the end. But of course it's a lot of hard work, a lot of devotion, and a lot of tweaking and tuning and. But you said that you're doing the vocals, right, in the track? Yeah. The come on, feel fine, and we were also influenced by Cher, because she was also around at that stage. So we put the auto-tune on. Auto-tune, yeah. We were using Logic 1.1, the very first Logic on a disc. And they brought out Auto-Tune 1, and I had just gotten the plug-in Auto-Tune. I thought, okay, that's unusual. And then we heard that Cher had used it in the track, and we heard it and thought, oh, that sounds pretty funky, pretty cool. And then Daft Punk, of course, also used it. One more time, Yeah, so I thought, oh, let me try it, and I put it on, and I thought, oh, that sounds pretty cool. So we just like put it on and left it on. And then the guys came in, and the guys were also singing, and we mixed it all up together. Dion and Leon, the brothers, and eventually we came out with the vocal for Sunshine. Smart move. Yeah. So there's a video clip from Sunshine as well. Is there anything you can tell about that one? Okay. Now this is an interesting story, because the original video was supposed to be Rob and I. It was supposed to be in the video clip, because we didn't have the guys yet. The guys were touring with another band that we were in the Billboard charts in the USA with Cutting Records. We were number 3. So we were busy touring the States, and Rob was in Barcelona, and Jive Records said, "Oh, come guys, you come be in the video, because you know the DJs on the beach. Yeah. That's supposed to be Rob and I. But we weren't there because we were performing. So the guys went in, and they got another DJ to stand in for Rob and I, and the video was shot in Mallorca, and they hired a speedboat, which you saw. Now, but underneath the speedboat was like a lounge area where all the crew were drinking and partying, and they were filming from on top, and they hired a helicopter. So the helicopter with the boys sitting in the helicopter, then they used the same helicopter to shoot the scenes from the boat. And all the aerial shots were shot on one day from the same helicopter, and they incorporated that into the clip. So it was quite smart of the video guy. It was Mark Forsteicher in Germany. He did the video clip. An amazing super cool video. Director and producer of video clips. Awesome. So how did Sunshine do in the international charts? It did very well, actually. It didn't cross over as nicely as we would have hoped to the UK, which we understood because of the vocal. It's a very specific kind of. If I probably used different words, a little bit more of the trance time, the vocal trance lyrics, which they now use, a bit more above and beyond kind of lyrics. I guess it would have done better. But it was about the sun because of the beach club, So we had put these elements. But we were 8 weeks number 1 in Europe, which we were above Shaggy in the charts. And every week we were wondering, when is Shaggy gonna knock us off the charts? Because he's still at number 2. Yeah. And then I thought, this is impossible. How can this be happening? So do you have any idea how many copies have been sold? No idea. We heard over 5 million. Oh wow! Copies, but that was back in the day of physical press. Like a kind of before Napster and Napster was just coming in. Yeah, I think it was 2001 Napster. Yeah, I actually got little shots of the charts of Napster because you could see how many people were downloading. And I would be taking graphs of Napster. But you don't want to be number 1 in the Napster charts. No, no, indeed, yeah. So was dancenation already an act back then that did perform in clubs and events, or was it just you and Rob back then that did DJ sets as dancenation? We had the act. We had the very first show was Viva TV. Was like a huge show in the Dortmund Westfalen.
Yeah, Germany.
Yeah, Germany. They had a very special Viva TV show, and they invited us to come onto the show. So we put the boys in, and we went with the Beach Club, and with Rob, with the hardcore crew on this side, and the Beach Club on this side, and the trance crew in the middle, and we all went to see the show with the boys practiced, and they did really, really well. And so from there it was like, okay, after that was Top of the Pops 4 or 5 times. It was all the TV shows, Viva, Interactive, all of these shows, and then the tour came. And we toured for 3 years, but at the same time, then Rob and I were doing the DJ team, which you'll see in a lot of the releases. We did our own more underground mixes. Mm-hmm. So the Dance Nation main mix was really more vocal trance and commercial, and then our DJ team would be a little bit more trance, and then our Bradsky and Jansky mixes were more, verging on really underground. Yeah. So we would do 3 mixes, pretty much, and then I would do a Beach Club mix, but we eventually stopped doing the Beach Club mix for obvious reasons. Yeah.
So I believe you guys were pretty popular in Japan as well?
Yes, yeah. Sunshine did very, very well in Japan, and when Sean and Kim came aboard, we did 2 albums around the world, and One Nation, I keep forgetting the name, One Nation, yeah, which is... I'll do a little plug. Yeah. It's right here in front of me. So we did the 2 albums. We toured for 5 years. Thank you, Avex. It was a wonderful time. We met so many wonderful people all over the place, from Nagoya, Valfire, the huge clubs. Yeah. Amazing people, amazing time.
And good food.
Good food. Yeah. Excellent food. Toured with the Dirt Devils, which is Above and Beyond.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
That was also an amazing experience.
I think they did their first gig as Above and Beyond in Japan.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
They were the Dirt Devils back in the day.
Yeah. So yeah, you already mentioned that you guys did a remix as Bradsky and Jansky. Besides that, there are remixes of Wippenberg, Cor Feyneman, Peter Gelderblom and Music Junkie. And in 2021, a remix by Danik came out via Magic Music. Sunshine is 20 years old now. If you had like unlimited budget, and if you could choose one remixer for a new remix, who would you pick?
I would pick the Tiësto. I would say, come on, Tiësto, just come on,
do a Tiësto remix.
Please do a Tiësto remix. Then the circle for me would be complete, because he signed it and he believed in us, and he was the man that actually, if it wasn't for Tiësto, I don't think there would be a Dance Nation.
Yeah. So which remix did he play in his sets?
The original.
Yeah, the original?
Original mix in the beginning, because that's all we had. Yeah. And then later came the Wippenberg, which we played a lot, because that was really a good power.
Yeah, that's a really good remix.
Yeah. And then in the UK was the Alien Factory remix. I don't know if you know that one.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because the UK had to do separate mixes for their sound. Yeah. Which was nice. It's like a nice underground mix. If you ever check out Alien Factory.
Okay, cool. It's on Spotify now, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Finally. Yeah.
Finally.
Good. So yeah, after a few releases, Dance Nation changed the name to Double Nation. What's the story behind that?
There was a Dance Nation in Finland, and which what we gathered was from 1993, and so they had already released a few records. So there ensued a bit of a turf dispute where you can use a name. It kind of comes down to claiming the name. It's like a brand name, really, like whatever, like whatever clothing. Yeah. But you have to claim this name, Dance Nation. You have to claim it per country. Mm-hmm. So we were claiming with Jive Records and with our team various territories, and the other team, Dance Nation, were claiming various territories. Japan, we missed out on. So in Japan we were Double Nation, and then Sean and Kim. So we couldn't go as Dance Nation then, and we for one release we had to do Double Nation, because it wasn't sure of the if we had the name or not, because it was at the courts. But now you have the rights back, right? Yeah. Well, the name Dance Nation was actually from a party. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. We never really ever thought of it. we were a friend of Rob's had a party, a festival called Dance Nation, and he said, Brad, can you do the theme song for this? It's a trance party. Okay, cool. And Sunshine we wrote for this party called Dance Nation, and then we brought it out as Dance Nation because it was the theme for Dance Nation. And one thing led to another, and the act became Dance Nation. But we were actually Bradsky and Jensky back then, really. Rob and I, Jensky, Rob Janssen, Bradsky, Brad Grobler. And that was like our main thing.
Yeah, what's this track called? Heartbeat?
Heartbeat, yeah. It's our first release on Midtown.
Yeah. Was it Twisted Records?
Twisted, yeah. Twisted Minds.
Yeah, Twisted Minds, that one. Yeah. So besides Dance Nation and Double Nation, you did tons of other projects as well. What is your own favorite production or remix ever?
Okay, back in the day, when I first started producing trance music, just before Dance Nation, I mean, we're talking about 2 or 3 songs just before, we were doing a project called Becca, and it was a little bit like LSDJ, kind of meets trance, kind of meets dance music, meets Euro sound, the club heads, everything was thrown into this project, and we loved it. And I also, we used pitched up vocals like Mental Theo, so it was like everything in Holland, like all combined into one project, and that was like one of my favorite productions to do, because it came so naturally, and very melodic and very stored, like what's a good word in English, like bouncy. Yeah.
What's the title of the track?
The song is called You Make Me Feel.
You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's good. It's a really cool track.
So what else are you working on right now?
Right now, at the moment, many projects running. I'm pretty much a freelance producer at the moment, so doing a lot of freelance work. A big dream of mine is to get into LA. We're working with a team in LA. I can't say too much about it at the moment, but hoping for some really big releases with some really big names.
You recently did a remix for like a pretty big name.
Vessi.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like a dream. It was like a dream come true. Yeah. She was doing remixes. I thought, I got to do it because I'm such a fan. I'm such a groupie. So I got to do it. So I entered the competition. I didn't think, there's hundreds of people, and I actually made it onto the release, and I was so stoked.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. So she's got a new one. I just finished it. I sent it to her on the weekend. So. Touch wood. Yeah, she'll take it.
Fingers crossed.
Tough.
Yeah.
Fancy, please.
So, can we expect like any new Dance Nation stuff in the near future?
We're discussing it with Rob at the moment. Yeah. The thing is, with Dance Nation, we never know kind of which direction, because we can go in any direction really. So yeah, I mean, if anyone has ideas in the comments, just please give us some help. Tell us what you think. Yeah.
So besides like this LA thing, is there anything else that's still on your bucket list music-wise?
Bucket list, yes. I've always been a producer, a fan of producers actually. Not really artists, but really producers. And I'd love to work with a big name producer one day. I'm really influenced by like David Foster's, and the Quincy Joneses, and these like old school producers that have inspired me, and just to sit one day in a studio with a producer of this level would be so amazing.
So what kind of music do you listen to in your spare time?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Lately, if I go through my playlist, I'm listening to this new kind of style in LA because it's very unusual. It's 162 BPM. So it's like the double of hip hop, and it's almost bordering on Dutch hardcore, and it's between hardstyle and hardcore, that tempo, but it's got hip hop influences in it, and it's got pop influence. You can think of Kid Laroi, this kind of, but that's a very pop side of it, but with rap, and it's like this whole new genre for me, and I can combine hardstyle, hardcore, hip hop. Pop. I can put everything in the style, and everyone's like, okay, that's cool. I'm even taking stuff from the 70s, like old rock stuff, Smoke on the Water. Yeah. You can put it in this new style, so it's very exciting. Interesting. Watch the space.
Yeah. And the last question: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Oh, I saw you ask Ray this one. Yeah. And I thought straight away, no, that's one. Do you eat, let me ask you that question.
Yeah, I love pineapple.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people really don't like it, but yeah.
Well, I suppose if I got it, I would eat it.
You'll eat it.
It's
If you're
not
really
like,
hungry.
I'm not like hardcore, like, you
Okay,
know.
no pineapple pizza for you.
No, give salami, it's nice.
All right, Brad, thank you very much for your time and good luck
Thank
with
you,
it.
Tuan, and thank you very much for the interview. And yeah, leave your comments down below and I'll answer everybody back. If you have any more specific questions about the gear, no problem. I'm a gear junkie, so just let me know.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tuan. Thank you, everyone.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, my interview with Brad Grobler from Dance Nation and the story behind Sunshine. Brad, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye!